YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy back with another one, man. Hunter Gang, what's good? If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, man. Be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment for your boy, man. I do appreciate it. So without further ado, y'all, we're going to get right up into this video real quick. No wasting time. As y'all can see in front of me, we got the PSA Dagger, man. Probably one of the most talked about pistols to date. Probably one of the most talked about companies overall to date. They're doing a lot of good things, man. You know, they got ammo, they got firearms, they got everything you could think of. But nonetheless, the PSA Dagger has definitely been on the map lately. They've been blowing up real big. I've been seeing PSA Daggers everywhere. So I had to go ahead and get me one on my own, man. Obviously, this was a build. I didn't buy the gun outright. I got the frame first a couple weeks ago, probably like a little over a month ago, to be honest. And then I just got the slide in the day. So I figured I'd go ahead and do the video for y'all. Basically, you know, I haven't shot it yet. So I would consider this more like a unboxing slash first impressions. Y'all know I did that with the frame video. But now that I got the slide, I can kind of do it a little bit better because I got the full gun built now. So it's a little easier for me to, you know, give y'all the full initial impressions video, which is what I'm giving y'all right now, man. But needless to say, you can see in front of me, this is obviously a Glock clone, and there's a whole bunch of these Glock clones out here. Bunch of different companies. You got the Zev Technologies. You got the Shadow Systems, which obviously those are much more expensive. For most people, they're not going to want to dish out close to $1,000 for a Glock clone, even though those are really well built. Obviously, they come with a lot of extras that you don't get with a Glock. But like I said, man, you know, this is probably going to beat most of the competition just because of the price point. This is the real definition of a budget gun. You want to talk about Tauruses. Taurus probably ain't even going to beat the price on this gun. I'm not really into discussing prices if you guys watch a lot of my videos, just because I know YouTube doesn't really, you know, like when you discuss prices and things. They don't want to make it, you know, so you're trying to, you know, basically promote sales, which is why I always say, like, you know, I'm not promoting the sales. So YouTube, once again, for the sake of this video, I will be discussing some prices just to get the information out there so people can see, you know, what I spent on this budget gun. So no, I'm not promoting the sales of any firearms or anything for that matter shown in this video. I'm not promoting the sales of anything shown in this video once again. So right back to it, y'all. I got this for a steal, man. Obviously, Black Friday had some good sales going on. With Palmetto State, I was able to snag the frame for 50 bucks. And then I ended up getting the New Year's deal on the slide. I got the slide for about 180. So under 250 to build this gun, yeah, man. You know, and I feel like that's a great price point. Because even a basic Taurus G2C is going to run you about the same, probably more than likely, closer to the 280 price point. And, you know, we're talking about a G2, G3. Not to bash anybody, but, you know, for a Glock clone that actually works, I mean, you can go ahead and YouTube a bunch of different videos right now and see that the Daggers have pretty much no complaints. They run all day. They run any type of ammo you put through them. I've seen torture tests. I've seen all types of different videos with it, which pushed me to go ahead and buy one because, like I said, for the price point, for a nice little budget gun, just to go ahead and, you know, take to the range and beat on, I don't see this being a bad option at all, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, it's a great looking gun. I mean, it's a Glock clone. I mean, obviously you can see I got the whole cut up slide, you know, got the slide cuts right here, you know, nice open, got that nice port look to it. The barrel's obviously not ported, but I mean, it's not really a big deal. I just liked the look of this one, so I went with this style. They got a bunch of different styles on there. When you go to buy one, you can pick out pretty much any style you want. They got the ones that's enclosed, like the typical, you know, basic slide look. Then they have a whole bunch of different freaked out ones. You can even get the one where the cut is in front of the optic cut. The sight is in front of the optic cut. I went with the traditional sight behind because I'm just used to that. I'm not really big on optics, but for the sake of this gun being a budget build, my budget build, I'm more than likely I'm going to do an optic on it eventually. I'm probably gonna get like a Siley. I've never tried the Siley products, none of their optics, but I've heard good things about them. I've seen good reviews on them, a lot of great reviews on them. So I'm probably definitely gonna put a Siley on here just because it's a budget gun, so might as well. I don't have a light for it yet, but you already know, man, I'm big on Olight, so I will be throwing the Olight on here. Most definitely. I don't know which one yet, but I'm probably going to try to get one out this week, just to throw it on here, because it helps when I'm going to, when I'm at the range. It definitely helps with just having another point of contact to grip on the, get a purchase on the gun. The Olight just helps, just having something up front. So not having it up front does feel kind of weird. But, I mean, the gun is beautiful, man. First impressions, I'm impressed. I really like it. The texture, like I told you guys with the frame, if you watched my last video when I just reviewed the frame, the texture is amazing on the frame, man. I got to say, it's definitely better than the Glock. I'm not trying to bash Glock, man. Y'all know I love Glock, if you know me. But definitely, I love the texture on this. They're beating Glock with the texture for sure. But we're talking about the slide today, so obviously I'm gonna reiterate back on a couple of things that I said about the frame. But the slide finish is beautiful, man. Nice DLC coating. Got the suppressor height sights on it. I like the sights. It's not marked or anything. It's not a tritium. It's not a night sight, but overall the sights are high up. So if you do go ahead to put an optic on here, you'll be good, because you'll be able to co-witness. You can kind of see if I can get a little closer. You can kind of see that front sight right there. You get a nice point on that front sight. So I don't think these will be an issue for you at all if you just want to use the sights themselves, or if you go ahead and put an optic. I don't think either way you can't go wrong. I mean, they're really nice. So you get the suppressor height sights, you get the rear serrations and front serrations for your press checks. And just so you guys know, man, we're running with rocking with the snap caps today, man. We are practicing safety on this channel always. Nothing in the chamber, as y'all can see. For the gun safety freaks, I had to do that. So yeah, we are rocking with the snap caps, man, just so y'all know. Put the magazine back in. So yeah, man, like I said, I don't think you can go wrong with this. You get the front and rear serrations, nice finish, suppressor height sights, optic ready. Got the optic cut, got that nice little concave gator cut. That's what they call it for this specific style that I got. I think it's the SWR4. You got the little gator cut right there, so you can kind of see your barrel. I was going to go with a crazy color barrel, man, but honestly, I wanted to keep this build pretty basic, stock looking. I didn't want to do too much, solely because I went with the gray frame. I didn't go with a black frame. I don't have any gray guns. All my guns are pretty much FDE. If you've seen all my other guns, they're either black or FDE. So I wanted to do something a little different. I liked the gray frame with the black slide combo. I was going to do one of those crazy gold or purplish barrels, but obviously, I will be doing another Dagger build eventually at some point. So maybe when I do that, I'll probably freak it out and do one of those crazy color barrels. But for me, the black was just perfect, man. Not doing too much. Beautiful look, man. I really like this combination. The height sights, it's definitely something new for me, but I'm loving it so far. Obviously, you don't have the ambi safety release, so that's just taking a little bit for me to get used to, because I'm used to like racking my slide back and holding the safety when I'm going to, you know, safety check and things like that. So I got to do it from this side, which is not horrible. You know, the slide is relatively light. It's not hard to pull back on at all. It's really light, so it's not really a big deal. The internals are pretty much a Glock. If you know Glock, then you know this is basically a Glock clone. So the internals are pretty much identical. You're not going to notice anything different. The one thing I will say, the takedown on it are much more pronounced on these. If you know Glock, the takedown levers are not the best. These are amazing. It's so easy to break this gun down. So, you know, I like that. And the only thing I had a complaint on with the frame, like I said, if you guys watched my last video with the frame when I did the review, I wasn't really a fan of it, because you got to really press down on this. The video is not going to show you justice, but you really got to press down on this to actually get the magazine to come out. So the mag release, I think it's something I just got to get used to. It's not a big deal. I think over time it'll soften up, you know, as you're using it and actually putting the gun to use. But that was the only real complaint I had. The trigger is good. I thought I wasn't going to like it because I wasn't a fan of how it looks. It kind of looks like the M&P triggers, and like I don't really like just the overall look. I know that sounds stupid because it's more of a cosmetic thing, but I wasn't really a fan of how the trigger looked. But the way it operates, I don't think it's bad, y'all. I mean, y'all probably gonna call me crazy, but it's just like, it's not anything worse than a Glock trigger. If anything, it's better, but it's not worse. But this is okay. Some travel to the wall. and then a little bit more of a travel before it breaks. And then I'm gonna do the reset for y'all. A little bit of a creep, a little bit of a creep. Kind of got that Glock creep. And then a little bit more of a pull, but then the immediate break after that. So like, it's not horrible. I mean, for less than 250 bucks, man, you can't beat that. The trigger is not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm not gonna give the trigger, see what I mean? That break is pretty clean for me. I'm not gonna give that a thumbs down. I like the trigger. I'm a fan of the trigger so far. Obviously, shooting is going to be a little bit different, but I like the trigger. I'm definitely a fan of the trigger. Not a fan of how it looks, like, overall, but I don't really care about that. That's a cosmetic thing. You know, I'll get used to it over time. I mean, it's already growing on me. But the trigger pull is not bad. The reset's not bad. I don't think it's a bad trigger. From what I've been hearing some people saying about it, I just think that a lot of people, you know, they're used to better guns, you know, more of a, have a bigger budget. You know, they probably have shot more expensive guns. So once you do that, it's kind of like, you deal with something like this on a sub $300 gun. Obviously, you're not gonna like the trigger when you're used to shooting, you know, more expensive guns that have amazing triggers right out of the box. But for somebody like me that shoots Glocks on the regular, this is not that bad. Definitely not a bad trigger. The video doesn't do it justice. When you get yourself a Dagger, you'll see what I'm talking about. But like I said, man, overall, you know, it's an amazing build. I'm happy the build is complete. Like I said, I don't have to wait for any other parts. I was going to get the barrel and everything separated, but when I seen the deal for the entire top slide, I had to go for it. And I'm just happy to have it here, man. Like, you know, obviously they don't have any back straps, but this one seems to be just right for me. I could still get a nice purchase on it, so I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, the controls are pretty much pronounced. The mag release is definitely pronounced, aside from what I said about having to push it in hard. I like the fact that the slide release is a little bit more extended than the Glock. That's something that's a plus for me. And I just really like the design of the slide. Like I said, it's a nice gun, man. It really is. Like I said, this is the ultimate budget gun, in my opinion. I mean, if you guys have any other budget guns that you know about, I know they got the P80s. I know they got the SCT frames out there, but, you know, I'm not really too educated on those. I've done more education. I've done more research on my PSA daggers and things like that, so I know a lot more about them, and that's why I went ahead and made the, you know, pulled the trigger and just went and got it, because I've seen so many reviews on them already, and for the price point, it's almost unbelievable, man. It's almost not believable, you know, for the price point and what you're getting, you know. I've already done a function test on it. I will post a quick short video of that at some point, so you guys can check that out. The function was great. I'm using a Glock mag. This Glock was from a 19. I believe this is a Gen 4 mag, but it also works with my Glock 19X mag. I popped it in here and it cycled with no problem, at least with the cycle check, and it clipped right in. It wasn't any issue. I actually used this magazine with the X grip when I had my Glock 26, so I actually just had it laying around. I didn't get to order any magazines when I got the Dagger, so this will do just fine because I didn't really use this mag a lot. This mag is basically brand new. But I believe it's a Gen 4. But I know they said that the Dagger works with all Gen 3 parts as far as like components. But as far as the mag, I've heard that you could use any Gen, at least from a Gen 3 and up mag, Glock mag, to function with the Dagger. So we're going to be testing that out anyway, man. You already know the range review's coming at some point. Once I get some time, I'll try to go this week. If not, maybe next week I'll make it to the range and I'll do a quick range review for y'all. Run a couple 100 rounds through this thing. Test out the Glock 19 mag. I'll run my 19X mags. My 19X mags down through it. Send some shots down range. See how that works out. But I don't expect anything less from what I've seen already. I don't expect any disappointments at all. I think this thing is going to work just fine. Will I EDC it? I don't know about that because I already have my go-to EDCs. Will this be in my rotation? We have yet to see. I know they're reliable, but as far as carrying it for everyday use, I don't know. This might just be more of a range toy for me. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards as of right now, y'all. But like I said, man, I'm really impressed, man. First impressions, this thing is beautiful. Like, the build, everything. Like, the video ain't going to do it justice, man. If you don't have a Dagger, get your hands on one, because you really have to feel this thing to actually get to understand the quality of what I mean. Like, it don't match up with what it costs, you know. And I know I keep saying that, but because this thing is a steal, man, it's amazing for what you're getting right out of the box, you know. Yeah, you know, you got to get the magazines and things on your own, but listen, at some point, you know, you gotta work with what you could get, man. You know, every company is gonna, you know, basically fall short in some places. I don't consider this falling short on PSA's end, because like I said, for the price point that you're getting this gun, 1 or 2 magazines ain't gonna hurt coming out of pocket, you know, when you're getting a fully built gun for under 300 bucks, you know. So in my opinion, it's a steal no matter what. Like I said, man, you know, it feels good in the hand. It's a steal. It's a steal. I know I've said that already like a million times, man, but definitely, if you don't have a Dagger, man, get your hands on one. I haven't even shot it yet, but like I said, I don't expect anything less from PSA. I'm sure this is going to be a great experience. And like I said, man, once I get the chance, once I get some time, I'll definitely go ahead and hit the range for y'all so y'all can see what, you know, how this thing functions once I run a couple 100 rounds through it. But I think I'm going to leave it here for y'all, man. This is all I got for the day. Just want to show you all the quick first impressions of the Dagger. I'm sure you guys already seen a million videos on it, but if y'all tuning into this one, I do appreciate y'all, man. So I'm going to leave this one here. If y'all, like I said, if y'all new to the channel, man, be sure to hit that subscribe button, man. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. So until next time, man, y'all be safe out there.